Welcome back, rockers, to Mahayla's Music Moment. It's been too long, I know. Today, I am thrilled to introduce you to The Lonely Ones, an incredibly talented underground band that's about to blow your mind. We'll dive into their sound, their inspiration, and what makes them stand out. And be sure to stick around until the end of the interview for an exclusive premiere of their latest single. So you guys officially formed in the summer of 2019, is that correct?
Yes, we formed in 2019, and then we got everything ready and put our singles together, like we're ready to take on the world. And then all of a sudden the COVID-19 and the shutdowns happened. So 2019 seems like a long time ago, but we missed out on like 2 years of growing and, out there and promoting and being able to play live. So.
Seriously, yeah. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are kind of from different areas.
Yeah, I'm from West Virginia, which is borders Ohio. Jimmy, guitar player, my best friend, he's from Washington State. The other guys are in Ohio.
How did you guys all get together? Did you guys know each other previously, or?
Columbus, Ohio has a really good music scene and draws a lot of people to it. So we were all in Ohio when we met. We all lived in Columbus when we met.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And then what made you guys think I want to be in a band?
So I met Jimmy. He was 19 years old and he drove from Washington in his car by himself with like $400 in his pocket to join a band as a bass player who already had a bass player. And I met him when he pulled in. I go, "Who's that guy?" And he got out and told me his whole story. Hearing his story, I was like, I want to be in a band with that guy. Crazy person like I am.
And Jimmy, I don't know, just his look. I have never met him before, but I definitely feel drawn. He just has that, I don't know, just that quality that draws you into him. I don't know.
He looks like he walked right off the bus in the 1960s and the Rolling Stones are right behind him. He's the real deal. He lives it and breathes it. And crazy people like that, like myself.
When you guys were starting the band, how did you decide this is the direction of music that we want to go towards? Was it just a natural kind of?
Yes and no. When we first started the band, we kind of just brought things from our older band in. And that just kind of naturally happens because you're so used to playing like that. As things went on, Jimmy took over on the guitar. So things are going to change instantly. And one day I just said it. I'm not a metal singer. Jimmy's like, "Oh, thank God. I'm not a metal guitar player. What are we doing here?" And that's when the band really started to take its own sound. So the earlier stuff, but kind of has a more metal, heavier vibe. And then as this stuff starts to progress, it's more indie rock, alt rock kind of stuff, which is great for my voice, great for the way Jimmy plays guitar, great for the way Tristan plays drums and True plays bass. And we all just kind of had that feeling. It's like, I don't want to be in a metal band. I'm not. And they were all felt the same way. And then once we made that conscious decision, things just flowed naturally so easily. And then I got this, and things just flow off and it just works perfect.
I was also curious, how did you guys come up with your name, The Lonely Ones?
I was just talking to my girlfriend about this last night. I had that band name for a long time and I was kind of really afraid to tell the guys because I thought, they're going to go, "It's lame, man. What's wrong with you?" And I said, "The Lonely Ones." And they all went, "Yes, that's it." And it was just like, you could tell they all kind of connected with it and knew exactly what it meant. So that's kind of where the band name comes from. It's like, playing music on the road's wonderful and you meet new people every day and you get to see people that you haven't seen in months. But it's a lonely business. It can be a very lonely business.
Who are some of your influences for your music?
So many. If I had to narrow it down to the three major albums or bands that changed my life, it would be Pink Floyd, Guns N' Roses, Tool.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, those are the three that I became at different parts of my youth obsessed with their records and just thought these are the greatest records ever made. And I just really like all those vocalists, like just so many cool things they can do with their voice. If I was the perfect singer, I would take all their voices and meld them together.
Do you think that there's any pieces of those bands in your newest single, The Bottom?
Absolutely. I feel like The Bottom's got like more of a old Southern rock or so. I don't know how to describe it. Being from West Virginia, I've always had that kind of Southern rock kind of country thing in my roots. As much as I tried to fight against it, it's always in there. And so I just kind of let it come out more on this song.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. So then How did this song initially come about?
That songs are about our personal relationship and how I just was just a mess. And it was starting to, not starting, it was absolutely ruining the relationship and really, really tough on her. And she's just watching this dude, wallow around, drink himself to death. And we
Yeah.
battled with that for a while. She helped pull me out of it. Still pull me out of it. But
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you're doing better from that. After hearing that story and hearing the song, like, I think it brings on a whole new meaning now to the song.
Like I said, it's pretty personal.
I think the songs that are more personal, they're people can tell, and they like it more.
I think like that's when things started changing for me as a songwriter, is when I started writing from personal experiences. Once I started writing like that, things started changing. People started connecting more, started getting more fans, and because you're telling the truth.
Is this song going to be a song on an upcoming album or like an EP maybe, or is it a standalone piece?
We released an actual album on CD, but it was an incentive to get people to come to the show. Hey, you can only get it at the show, or you can get it online if you still have a CD player. But a band our size in this day and age, it'll eventually be on the album. But for us, we're just building a fan base and trying to get awareness out.
Truly, I do think that The Bottom, y'all are sitting on a hit right now. Honestly, like, it's really good.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
Well, we're really excited. So keep putting out those hits. And so a lot of our listeners, they maybe haven't heard of your band yet. What is one thing that you would like new fans to know about your band?
We work really hard and we're very vocal based. The music that we're writing now, it's very dance oriented, vocal based rock. So if you want to sing along, come on out. It's like this music is written for people to sing along, have a good time, get lost in, forget about their worries for a little bit, and be a part of something, and no longer be one of the lonely ones.
Huge thanks to Marty McCoy from The Lonely Ones for joining me today. As promised, here is their new single, The Bottom. Let me know what you think of the song by texting me at 361-560-5927. That's all for now, rockers. Until next time, only on Rock 92.7.